Welcome to Poundland to Paradise, your monthly guide to all things Walsall FC. I'm Craig, he's Joe. Let's review the first month of the 2025-26 season for the Saddlers and dive into August 2025. So, Joe, what are your thoughts on the first month of the season?
It's pretty up and down. I feel like there's a lot to see, but we've also had we missed. Comley went out on the first game, so we missed him a bit. So we didn't see him in the starting lineup for a bit. Obviously, Stuttle went, and Hancock's got injured, and Farquharson's been in and out. So Weir's gone off as well. Last game was it? I think it was the last game of the season of the month. So yeah, we've still got a lot to see. It was a bit up and down, but I think good overall. But we've got a lot to see.
Yeah, I think it's been quite reminiscent of last season because the performances haven't been that good, but the results have been really good.
Yeah.
So not in that way, but in the way that we're winning games and keeping clean sheets and being really good defensively.
Yeah, definitely.
And then eventually that's what was our undoing when that all dropped off. Because obviously low was a big part of what went wrong last season, but also it was the problem that we just stopped being unreal at the back and keeping endless clean. But, we started being human and conceding a goal here and there.
And that was our downfall.
Wins turned to draws.
Because then we couldn't make up for the goal line, the score line, against us. So, yeah, it was one of them. But I agree.
So as we'll come on to, we're averaging less than a goal a game. And I think if that goes on all season, you can only really be towards the top of the league if you're keeping a mad amount of clean sheets, Burnley last season in the Championship or us for the first half of last season.
Yeah.
So I think we should all be pleased so far with the season and the results and that, but you're not a hater or just a Saddler obsessed hater if you point out that it is worrying and that it will unravel if we don't start scoring more goals, I think, and having more chances.
Yeah, definitely tend to agree. And yeah, like I said, it's too early really, and we haven't seen enough. He hasn't really got that starting lineup figured out yet, really. I think he's been trying a lot of different things, and I appreciate that. But I do think, which is what everyone's thinking, is we're really low on support up top, but we shall see.
That's it. That's the big question. But he has been doing a few little tweaks. Obviously, a lot of them been forced as well, because like you said, we've had some injuries, which we'll detail in a bit. But yeah, it's just good. I mean, great results. We're gonna run them through in a sec. But there's still been a few games where it's been really hoofbally. It's been really saddlebally a few times. Not all the time. There's been a couple games where they've actually played really well and created a lot of chances. But there's definitely been a lot of that. And then you go, 1-0, it's a tactical masterclass. And it's it only is until it ain't, you know what I mean? And
and it's a fine margin. And it's that can quickly turn into, just complete depression from, it's a masterclass to, we fucked it all up. So exactly. It's hard,
We're going to be carrying the scars from last year forever, aren't we? So it's hard to be too confident. But
until we go up,
this is the year, as they say.
Every year.
Let's finish up on the transfers. On top of what we covered last month, which is with the last one we mentioned was Lewis Warrington, who came in on the day we recorded.
Yeah.
So since then we've added 4 more. Finnegan comes in on loan from Blackpool. He's played a couple of times.
Yeah.
He looks decent.
He looks he looks competent, and definitely we just want to see more of him. And he did score recently as well, didn't he? So
I think he might have scored in the cup game. I can't remember, but he's been very he's been lively when he's had his chances. I don't think he'll necessarily be a super important part anyway, because I think, to be honest, knowing what Saddler's like, it's going to be Comley, Jellis and Lakin all the time, I think, unless if there's
for as much as he can
injuries or whatever, which at the same time, I don't really rate that. I would like some of these other lads to be played a bit more.
Yeah.
because that was kind of another thing that undid us last year. But
yeah, you can't take that into this season. You really can't take that into this season. Just wearing players out. So we'll see. Obviously, we've got loads more support.
But it's
in
another
midfield.
another option in midfield, and he's got loads of them, to be fair. So let's just hope he uses a few of them.
Yeah.
One that I definitely hope he uses is this Okeke lad from Stockport, because he was really nice in the trophy game the other day, which isn't going to be covered in this podcast, but the first game.
Yeah.
As we're recording, that's the only game in September that's happened, was the 3-1 win over Shrewsbury. And he came on to make his debut, I think.
That was it,
and he looked really tasty.
Yeah.
Clark did as well. So
exactly, very excited.
Good midfield bodies, to be fair. And he's coming from Stockport, which, it's a really good club on the rise. So, I mean, he's got pedigree. Obviously, we lost Johnny Stuttle to like a catastrophic injury. So, RIP and all that.
It's mad because we've said, we've signed another on loan striker, a young on loan striker. Well, how's that going to pan out? And then we're like, Bournemouth. Now they're never going to recall him. Literally in the first month, he's gone back to his club. Like,
I know,
what
but not for the reasons that we expected.
And not for the reasons we expected. We just can't get any luck.
Bournemouth, you know what I mean? I don't think they planned on doing that, but yeah, he's obviously dead basically.
Strikers, we don't get any luck with on loan young strikers.
One thing I would say is that in the games that we saw him, which obviously you can't judge the lad on the bit that we saw, but we did see a decent few full 90 minutes. And I think he works hard, he gets about, but I didn't see him much more than that, to be honest. And coming in his place on loan from Charlton is Carnu, who I think has looked, to me, he offers at least the same.
Yeah, the same or more, if anything.
If not more, I think if anything, there's a chance he'll be better than Stuttle.
I think the way he's pressing, he's just as good as Stuttle, and then he seems to have a bit more eye for goal. But, we didn't see enough of Stuttle either,
missed chances.
That's just what it is now, I guess.
He doesn't look like he's going to be, the most predatory striker ever in terms of, actually getting the ball in the net. But at the very least, he's getting into the right areas and he's having chances. Stuttle wasn't even doing that, to be fair. He was basically just chasing the ball around, which is valuable, but... 100%. When you're trying to replicate what we had last year with Lowe and Matt, and you want Presley to do the Matt role, Presley's doing the Matt role way better than Matt could, so that's a great improvement.
100%.
On the other side, though, the really important one you needed is the Lowe, is the goal scorer who's proven. If we can't get proven, then we need young on loan like Lowe.
Yeah.
And Lowe could, he'll score a goal out of nowhere. Stuttle looked like he couldn't score a goal if you gave him 6 years in a match.
So it's one of them.
Carnu looks like he's in between.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be Nathan Lowe, but if they work with him on the training ground, at least he's getting in the right positions, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't ask for more. And considering the situation, we might have actually came out on top. That's actually awesome, to be fair. So who knows? We just got to wait and see. But I really like the look of him.
I do as well. I think if they work on his finishing, he could be all right, because at least he's got that instinct. Then there's a chap called Rico Richards, comes in on loan from Vale. I think he might have come on late in the Shrewsbury game, but I didn't see anything memorable, so we'll wait and see. Josh Gordon goes out on loan to Barrow, which, if I'm right in thinking, because it's not that bad, because I think he's basically, Adoma is a striker now. I think that there's the days of him playing anywhere near the wing or wing back are just over. I think he's counting that as his four strikers.
I'd say so.
Presley, Carnu, Matt, and Adoma. So fair enough. Gordon wants some game time. He goes back to Barrow, where he had a decent spell before.
Yeah.
Fair enough. For me, I wouldn't have minded having a fifth body around, because injuries, whatever. But if Gordon probably was very unhappy with that, then fair enough.
I can imagine he was. And I've heard that, in the Sadler interviews, it seems like the midfielders that he's signing are more attacking minded. So he's thinking, I'll just get more goals from the midfield and just switch that around more, and then keep my I've got 2 main strikers and 2 backups, and
it's not a bad shout, to be fair, if it pays off.
Hopefully it pays off.
I mean, a lot of the goals are coming from midfield.
Yeah.
Or from right back in the case of Barrett, you know what I
mean? Barrett.
Who's back to his best, as long as he doesn't run him into the ground again, we could have another
they're both
good season from him.
They're both killing it, I think.
And I'm happy for Lakin. I think the negative of losing several of the good players that we lost from last year in a way, the good side of it is that it means Lakin looks like he's going to get the chance I think he deserved last year, where I think he'll
100.
be playing every week.
Yeah, because last season we saw him and we were like, oh, he's great. And then he disappeared. And then we were like, I wonder why he did that. But then we were still kind of winning anyway, so we were like, whatever. And then, yeah, when everyone was knackered, he couldn't really, you know what I mean, pulled away. And he didn't really see much of games last year, did he? So
I think that's it. He just wasn't, he just stopped getting the game time. But I think that'll change now.
He can finish so well and he's just everywhere. So, yeah, I'm happy to see Lakin more.
So all in all, it finishes off a solid window. But I think we might need to dip in January and try and get a proven goal scorer before the whole, endless clean sheets dries up and comes back to haunt us. But we will see. I mean, if between now and January, Carnu bags 8.
Yeah, even 8 with all the other people contributing.
Then maybe we can say, look, this is decent. We can carry on as we are.
Let's hope so. As long as the goals are going in, then it doesn't really matter who's scoring them, does it? But you don't want just useless strikers. So, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's all to be seen.
But he looks good. He looks like he's got decent technical ability. He gets in the right areas. He can sniff out a chance. And he works his socks off. So I think he's an upgrade on Stuttle, but he needs to just work on just getting that ball in the back of the net because there have been a couple of decent chances he's missed.
Yeah.
But let's talk availability then, because we did... we've done really well in the month, even though obviously Stuttle went back, and then more importantly, Weir was injured after having an amazing first game, and then Hancock is out for 6 months with his knee after again starting really well.
Yeah,
and I think we've adapted really well because the defenders that have come in have been brilliant. I think Harper's been doing wonderful he was the one I wanted to start at left wing back anyway.
Yeah.
And Hancock did great, so you can't complain. But
you can't.
I don't know if he's been as good as Hancock, but he's been good, I think, really good.
Definitely.
Especially going forward, looks like a kind of Liam Gordon clone, which is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the left side of the three, instead of Weir, it's been Fox, hasn't it? That's where we've both... I think we're doing well to still keep all these clean sheets because I think he has got a real rick in him.
Yeah.
I cannot pass the ball. It's crazy. He's like Ian Roper on acid. I think maybe that was all right 25 years ago, and I loved Ian Roper, but I don't know if nowadays you can be quite as horrendous. He looks like a giant gazelle, just like bumbling around the pitch.
Yeah, just not nimble on his feet.
The second Weir gets back fit, please just put him in the back
just
three.
Get Weir back in, please. Oh my god. Yeah, I've heard it doesn't look too bad, but who knows? So praying for Weir to come back, but
I think he's back soon. But
evidently it's not been too bad. By the scoreline. So
I think that's a lot of that has got to do with Flint, the way he organises the defence and
he organises it most of all. Yeah, I think we've always been going for that kind of person at the back. I mean,
Daniels used to be that.
Daniels exactly used to be that, and he did a good job. But I feel like Flint is like he's way beyond any CB that we've had for years and years and years and years, to be honest. He's a massive upgrade.
I'm trying to think of the last time we had a centre-back of his calibre.
Yeah.
It's been a long old while.
I think it was one pod beyond. I was listening to that the other day and they were talking about how, I don't know how much we got for a Kagbo, but they said, you know what I mean? I can't remember, but it was a pretty good fee. And then we got Flint in. I think he might have been free. I can't remember.
Yeah, he would have been. He left Mansfield, I think. At the end of his
so
contract.
it's a massive upgrade. That's some good business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because the Cowboy, he's all right, but he's not commanding, is he? Really?
No.
He can do a job, but
again, terrible distribution with his feet as well.
Yeah, awful. Yeah, just hoof.
And even though Flint is not Beckenbauer, he because he's played at such a high level, championship basically all his career.
Yeah,
he's got that just base level of technical ability, the same as Adoma. That he's hardly ever going to be just passing the ball directly to their players from centre back and stuff like some of the others will.
Yeah, he doesn't make simple mistakes. He just everything that you rely on, you can rely on him for that. And then if there's extra pressure, then But exactly. I ain't seen anything bad about Flint so far. He's absolutely incredible.
It's a pretty obvious formula for success, really, that you have him there and then you have a couple either side of him who have got legs to do his running for him if the ball goes over the top. And he can organise everything, see everything.
It's perfect.
Head the ball
clear all
danger
the time,
from set pieces as an attacker as well. Because even if he don't get on the end of one, there was that goal for Burke. Was that against Salford? And we won. Yeah, it was 1-0 against Salford.
Mm.
And it's a great header from Burke. Don't take anything away from Burke. But they were saying on commentary, and it's true, that like a big part of that was no one's picking up Burke because they were all worried about massive
They're looking
Flint.
at massive Flint, and he's like dodging around and like, drawing all the defenders out, and then boom, there's an
Burke's
opening.
Literally fully unmarked in the right in the centre of the box.
Yeah, he's just standing there, boom,
fantastic.
Smash, draw into the back of the net.
And then
Perfect.
if any teams try and not do that, then he'll probably score himself from a header, so it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's so cool.
So you got to love Flinty, but yeah, so I think we've adapted well to missing them players, and we've got some great results, and the defending has been really good. Let's look at it. One more thing. We haven't heard anything else about Jealous as well.
Oh no,
I did say on the last pod it'll probably be one of them. These things tend to take ages.
Months down the line.
All these legal things. Like, I mean, look at the Man City charges thing that's been going on for literally years. They keep saying, it'll be this month. It never is.
Yeah.
And like when they had these betting things with like Paquetá and Tonali and stuff at the top of the game, it took like months and months for a decision.
Yeah.
So I reckon it'll be like ages before anything happens. Then there'll probably be like an appeal if they do try and do anything bad to him.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should worry too much about Jealous, basically, and no news on that.
There you go.
But in terms of the results then, we started off the month and our campaign on the 2nd of August, a home to Swindon with a 2-1 win. And this was a really gritty win.
Yeah, it was.
Because we had the wonder goal from Weir, and we're just thinking, oh my God, this couldn't get it. What a goal and what a start against a team you'd expect to be in the playoffs, a good team. And then Comley goes and gets sent off, and you're thinking, God. And then we had to dig in the entire game.
Yep.
Then about 80 minutes, they finally managed to get a goal, and we're thinking, all right, well, fair
just take
enough.
a point,
Let's
whatever.
just take a point, And then obviously they're piling it on, and there's not much you can do because I mean you're down to. We were complaining in the stands about Sadler that like he could try and be a bit more ambitious because obviously when you're down to 10, of course you're going to sit back in that. But I mean, he really like.
Yeah.
This is his dream, and you know what I mean? He's like, oh my God, yes, I can really go for it now.
Really defend.
They can't complain now. I can really go for it.
Yeah.
He loves either having 10 men or playing against like Premier League teams and that, because them kind of situations where he has full license to not even dare to go at his half. And to be fair to him, he thrives under them circumstances.
He
really
does.
does.
We do well.
We do well. The problem is when we play teams that aren't any good, like Barnet.
And we're just thinking, this will be easy.
We're supposed to like play, and he's like, shit. Like, I hate like actually trying to score.
I don't want to score. What?
Anyway, they get this goal, and then we are like teetering on the edge of the gangway, being like, should we rush out and beat the traffic? Like the only thing that could possibly happen at this point is they score.
Literally, well.
And we were not far off going, like about 96. It was like the dead end of the game.
94 maybe, and it was going till
like
96.
So,
it was so
like,
close.
We were like the seconds left, you know what I mean? We'll just be like the very first person at the stand. And then we get the late goal with that 1-2 with Barrett, runs clear.
Unreal.
What a finish. Absolute bedlam. What a way to start the season.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. The best way to start the season, at home against Swindon and beating them. Brilliant.
Because we hate Swindon as well after what they did.
Especially at home after what they 5-0. And
anyway. Did they have the red smoke things again after they scored their equaliser?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
every time, man. Like
they love their smoke bombs, don't they?
We're always saying on Twitter, like, what's going on with the away stand stewards, man? I feel like when you try and get in our end, it's like literal like terrorism, like airport security and that. Like, I can't do anything. Yeah. And then over there, how are they getting all this shit that they do? It's wild.
They just walk them in, don't they? Whatever, boys, go on.
I don't know.
But
anyway, amazing start.
Great start. Not without its bloody drama though. It's just typical. Like Walsall can't do anything just normal and just average. Just win 1-0.
But good resilience, good way to sort of show that we've got that fighting spirit.
We can come back,
we were saying that a lot at the start of last season. We had that fighting spirit a lot. The problem with the fighting spirit bottle is that it goes out.
That goes quick, yeah.
And
that runs out quick.
By halfway through the season, there ain't that much fighting spirit left in the bottle, and
they want to be just doing their jobs there rather than being like, we've got to come back from a goal down again. We've got to try and get some out of this game. Yeah, 10 men, exactly.
Like defend for our lives. That's why the defending for your life mentality can get you come undone a little bit in the end, because like it actually brings so much pressure on you in the end.
Yeah.
You need to find that balance between the two. But anyway, the point is, we started off well. We did not follow it up with a good performance, because then we went away the week later to Gills and lost 1-0 in a really drab affair.
Yeah.
That was very hoofball, in my opinion.
I actually didn't get to watch a second of that, so I can't touch on it, but yeah.
I watched it on television.
Yeah.
On Sky, they did
Sky
that thing now, don't
Plus
they? Sky
something?
EFL Plus, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
Perfect.
no one can say anything anymore.
They can't say shit.
Basically, all the games are pretty much all on Sky, aren't they now? And I know that because I have Sky, so do you know what I mean? I watched it on there. It's fine.
It's
Don't worry about
fine.
it. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
But yeah, I mean, you might as well have not watched it. It was just literally nothing happened.
Sound.
One thing that was funny about it was again like we were kind of, I wouldn't say they particularly did anything great themselves, but like we did like nothing, and it was just the hoof nation, the hang on nation, and just lost 1-0.
It's just like, bro, Comley's out. Just everyone be scared. Just hoof it out. Whenever it gets there, just hoof it out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think Warrington played in Comley's role. And to be fair, we were saying about Comley that, you know, now Sturk's gone, he's a bit of a drop off on that. To be fair, since he came back into the team after his suspension, they definitely were better. So I mean,
yeah, definitely.
You gotta say Comley is
He's
decent.
doing great, yeah.
But he wasn't there on that occasion. And then we played Stoke in the midweek in the EFL Cup and drew 0-0 and went out on penalties. And like we were saying before, this is a classic Sadler game, because you're playing Stoke, who like last year this time they would have been the dream to play because they just were terrible.
Yeah, they were.
But this year they're flying. They look like they might go up, which is crazy turnaround from Mark Robbins. I mean, they barely avoided relegation last year. This year they are like untouchable in the Championship.
It's mad.
So to be fair,
strange.
you really can't complain with holding them to a 0-0.
Definitely not.
And again, Sadler thrives under them kind of circumstances. He loves that kind of game where we're expected to hang on. And that's what we did.
You're right. I think last season, I can't remember who it was at home. It might have been like Charlton or something like that.
It was Leicester, I think. Charlton, we lost 4-0 to.
Oh, yeah, of course it was Leicester. Yeah, great game. It was 0-0 again, wasn't it? And then we went to penalties and he did the awful selection and messed it all up and we lost. But this time... You know.
Yeah, this occasion, I don't know necessarily that there was anything too controversial with the selection. It was their goalie ended up scoring the winning goal, didn't he?
Was it? Oh my god! Yeah,
ended up scoring the winning goal.
I was so busy, like I
know it's been a busy month for you, especially because you got the newborn and everything. But I've been keeping a bit more on top of it than you this month. But yeah, their goalie scored the winning penalty. It was one of them where the only thing that didn't happen was Hornby he can't always do that thing where he never gets a game and then he comes in and saves 3 penalties or whatever. He did it like 4 times last year. He tried again this time and it just didn't happen, bless him. They scored their penalties and they won.
That's it.
So we're at the EFL Cup, but it's not really a big concern. But then we went away to Barnet and won 2-1. And this is kind of like the exact opposite of the Stoke situation and the Swindon situation. Because we had goals from Barrett and Presley. Barrett again on the score sheet.
Yeah, wicked.
But instead of like when you're down to 10 men against Swindon or when you're playing Stoke and you got that license to just hang on and be really negative and no one can really complain, when you're playing against a team that's just come up from non-league, that ain't been in the Football League for like a decade and they're down to 10 men, you need to be battering them.
I know.
And I swear down, we were hanging on for our lives for the last 15, 20 minutes.
I managed to watch a bit of that. I think it was like the last half an hour or something. And I was just like, what is going on here? Why are we hanging on against 10 men? This is mental.
I've never been so
They were just a barrage, It was a barrage. They were just getting shots on shots on shots, and we were just about getting it halfway, and then...
and I'm telling you, man, this is where you've got to have some nuance, right? I'm not saying I'm right and everyone else is wrong, whatever. You can have, like, shades of grey, but when I see on Facebook people saying shit like, we're winning, are we? So just, if you got some negative about Sadler, just don't even say it. What are you on about, man? I'm sorry. You can't watch that and think that's fine. And that won't come back to haunt you one day. That's going to come back to haunt you one day. We're going to end up being top of the league. I swear now, we'll do it again.
Oh, no.
And we'll end up bottling it again. And it's like, because you can't, like, you ain't got 9 lives, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
them defenders, they shouldn't have to be heading away cross after cross across.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, when you're 2-1 up against 10 men, Barnet, you should be camped in their half, tick-attacking the ball around, taking the piss.
Yeah, taking the piss.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, why?
I know you love defending on it. It's like, he would be better off if he was managing Barnet, to be fair. He was managing a team who just come up and they've just got to fight, or Oldham, just fight for every point, just try and stay up.
Yeah, everything.
Sadler was great at that.
Yeah, for real.
But I feel like we're a team that we want to go up. We're trying to be one of the best teams at all that. We're trying to go forward. And I feel like he's struggling in that situation because he don't want to be on the front foot. And there's just times
too
where,
defensive from his defensive career. Like, so, maybe it's one of
he's
them.
addicted to defending, bro.
He is. Can't get off it.
And there are games where, fair enough, you go away to a big team in this, not even just Stoke or whatever, even in this league, as we'll come on to. We've played some big teams lately and we've got great ground-outs and 1-0s, and that's brilliant. But,
it's great.
Like, these games against the likes of Barnet in the second half of the season, we'll end up losing them 2-1.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
3-2
And we can't
or
afford
1-0.
to do that. And we need to, be scoring more as well to level out our goal difference if it's going to be tight at the top. Which it probably is going to be again.
That's it. We can't rely on Barrett getting a goal. There'll be games where that goal won't go in.
Exactly.
And then you've got to have scored more instead of just sitting back and,
Yeah.
But we scored 2 goals in this game.
Yeah.
So on the face of it, whatever, it's a good result.
We still did. Yeah. We got what we need to do done.
But it
in
just,
the end,
if you look a bit more deeply, you might see some things to worry about. That's all I'm saying. Like, you go away then you play Grimsby at home. And there's technically no shame in losing to Grimsby 1-0 at home. They are a good side.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Again, it's not the best performance and it's a loss.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't great, was it?
But you were a big fan of the ref in that game, weren't you?
Oh my god! Well, the ref again just decided it for us basically because that goal was definitely onside. Even like everyone listening to like WM and different people, and they were like, that was never offside. I think that's unanimously, everyone agrees that was not offside. So that was, that boiled my blood. But so we could have got a point out of that realistically, which again is still an all right result against Grimsby because they are definitely going to be one of the top sides this year. So
yeah, you'd fancy them in the top 10, I think.
I don't know if did we have Comley back by? No, we must have. Yeah,
Comley would have been playing.
That's when Stuttle went out in that game, didn't he? Was it that game?
Yeah,
and it was
might have
early
been
on
when
as well.
him and did they both go out in the same game?
They might have actually, yeah. I remember it was pretty calamity. Like it was a calamity of a game, to be honest.
It was like a farce, wasn't it? We were like, okay, this guy's dead now. This guy's dead. The referee's just doing that insane shit. Like, people getting like sived out, and he just don't even care. Endless free kicks against us for anything. Like goals that are good disallowed. It was just crazy.
And it was like that was our second game that we'd seen of this season so far, and we've seen like 1 red card and 2 people go off like with bad injuries. Like it's like, where is our luck, man? But you know, we move. It's all good.
Well, we certainly did move on to 2. In terms of results, you really can't get better.
Yeah.
We then played Salford at home and won 1-0. This is where that Burke header happened. This was overall a good performance and a good result. We did like dominate's a strong word, but we had plenty of chances.
Yeah,
restricted them. Salford are weird though because they always seem to look like a team who've got like decent players on paper. They've got a really established manager in Carl Robinson, and they never seem to do anything. They're always shit.
Weird. It's very strange, and they can be amazing, like, and they can get there. They're always like kind of in and around. But then they seem to drop off or they have a bad start and then they climb in.
Mid-table or something. They hardly ever actually do anything real. And you see, because again, they would be one of them that the bookies, I think, would definitely have in like the top 10. But on the face of what we saw in that game, it's like not really. But on paper, it's another great result for us against a good team.
I'd say so, definitely. Clean sheet. Lovely.
And it's a 1-0. Which I know for Sadler would be just the tonic. And then, to end the season, we went away to MK, who are the bookies' favourites to win the league, I think, or at least they were at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And again, another 1-0.
Class.
We got that breakaway goal from Lakin,
where
Farquharson, of all people, was surging over the halfway line.
Yeah.
Plays it into Lakin, there's a deflection, goes into the bottom corner. Yeah, but there we managed to keep Mendes Lang quiet. I mean, they have got a great squad.
Oh yeah,
and probably one of the best strikers in the league. And
they're at home. I mean, it's not much of a home, is it? When it's literally like 30,000, there's
no one there.
5,000 tops total.
Bobby was probably there. Our mate Bobby was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Waving his MK. He loves MK.
He loves
waving
it.
His MK
he loves it so much he moved, doesn't he?
That's it. That's why he moved, because he's such a big fan of him. I mean, who isn't?
Yeah, the franchise,
The true Wimbledon, as they call it. And they did their best, but they couldn't beat the mighty.
Can't escape the franchise, but you can't.
But this is the kind of game where it is. If you go there, defend well, and you get a 1-0 against the favourites to win the league, I'm fine with that. It's kind of like
brilliant result.
Chelsea going away to Liverpool and winning 1-0, or Man City or whatever doing that. It's fine.
Yeah.
You just can't be doing it against Barnet and Gills and teams like that. So Sadler just needs a bit of a plan B, because remember the problem with plan A last year was that defending really hard and then using the hoof and catching teams on the break and all that worked until everyone worked it out. And I think this year he's made a couple of tweaks to the plan, but the plan is still basically the same.
Yeah.
But you need another plan for when that other team isn't attacking you all the time, when they are shit.
When we've got to take the front foot and
they're kind of going play, then we should play at that point.
Yeah, I still feel...
put them to the sword, but...
Yeah. He's not really in that kind of putting them to the sword mentality, but I feel like the players that we've got most of the time are in that kind of mentality, at least. At least a bit to be able to...
Yeah, they want to be, I think.
Yeah, so like Barrett scoring and that, I don't think... Well, did he even score last season? I think he might have once or twice. He was good with the assists. He got a good amount of assists. But actually scoring that's like a new side to him, and I don't think that's Sadler's doing.
And he's back to his, running down the byline, running inside. He looks great.
And he's doing what we know him for.
Just rotate,
better,
please.
But
and
please
not
rotate.
just in those cup competitions, because it's one thing to do that if you're going to have a few cup runs. But if you're going to already out the EFL Cup, if you end up going out the trophy as well, as you probably will, like they do every year, then if you're going to do that, go out of that in the second round, and you only have league games left, then you need to use them to rotate. I don't want Barrett playing 46 league games again.
And just make loads of changes. Like, it doesn't have to... Barrett can still start every game, or at least play in every game, but it maybe not 90 minutes every game, because it was 90 minutes every game, literally every game, even the cup games.
It's not like the drop-offs are that massive. Like, Brown could play there and do really well.
And when we're winning, which we should be, like, taking advantage of teams that aren't as good by getting the scoreline up, and then you can start switching out for younger players and, resting.
Or starting those other players in games against teams like Gillingham and Barnet.
Exactly.
I'm not saying he should be doing that. Yeah, obviously Barrett's not tired, it's fine. But I'm saying when it gets to like March and you've got Gillingham at home, play someone else instead of Barrett, play someone else instead of Lakin.
Yeah.
Leave them lads to have a rest so that they're ready for the big games against the big teams. But we will have to see. But to recap then, we played 7 games in August, 6 of them in the league, 1 of them in the EFL Cup. We lost the EFL Cup game and went out of that competition. And in the league, we enjoyed 4 wins and 2 losses, and we scored 6 goals and conceded 3.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, that is prime Sadler ball right there.
Yeah.
You're conceding 0.5 a game, which is amazing, obviously. Literally 1 every 2 games.
Yep.
But you're scoring under 1 a game.
Yeah.
So what happens if you start conceding a bit more? if the players get tired or they just, they can't handle the pressure of constantly heading the ball away for 90 minutes.
Yeah. We need to be up in that scoreline. But
need to be up in the goals, innit?
We'll see. Hopefully Presley and Kanu really, start gluing together. Because we haven't had a chance to see them, really, have we? I'd guess Kanu came on when we signed him after Stuttle in the game after.
Yeah, and he's played the last couple and he looks decent.
Adoma's getting a lot of it.
Adoma's getting game time as well.
And that's cool. But yeah, when we see Kanu, what he can do, and hopefully they can glue together, and could be a great partnership. We just need to...
It's going to take time.
Yeah.
But...
hopefully we've got the time.
It is a good it's a good foundation, like you say. I think it's nice to know that we're strong at the back from the start. That's good. We've got that locked down.
Yeah.
Now we just need to build on the goals.
Yeah, that's it.
In terms of player of the month, I've got 1 or 2 in mind, but I think I've got 1 who I'm going to go with. You got any thoughts?
I've got just one that springs to mind, definitely. But
What are you thinking?
should we say him 1, 2, 3, and then say
1, 2, 3, go, yeah? So
1, 2, 3,
Barrett.
Hey, come on, yeah,
Let's go.
there we go. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 2 or maybe even 3 goals.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, you really can't complain about that.
And he's just been great.
Tight at the back, tight going forward. Looks full of energy again.
Full of energy, yeah. I'm excited to see him.
Felt bad for the lad. He got ran into the ground last year and he got a lot of flack from me, which I think at this point we can definitely say was not his fault. He must have been tired because this can't have been the same player, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You can see when he's fresh, we've seen him again, he's fresh. And he's a bit better, if anything, from last season. So, yeah. That was the only cause of his drop-off. So,
that's it.
Yeah, all respect to you, bro.
We love you, Big Bazza. And he was at the famous drink off, wasn't he?
Oh,
at the
man.
big drink up.
Oh, man.
Another one of the good boys was
Before
at the drink.
Wimbo. Yeah, that was
So
class.
now you've heard all that then, what are your thoughts on August? Now that you've had a chance to actually sort of dissect it, do you still feel the same way, ups and downs, or
I think
feel
it's
a bit more positive about
mainly
it?
up, yeah. I do feel a lot more positive about it. Mainly up.
Me too.
Obviously, we've been unlucky with Stuttle, Hancock, and
Weir as well.
and Weir, of course, yeah. So that's somewhat kind of out of our control. So yeah, overall great. To be fair, I'm happy.
I think so too.
Looking forward to the rest of September.
Before we talk about September's fixtures, then let's just run through a couple of talking points. We have, in fact, we've covered a lot of these. We'll just quickly go over them. So I think the hoofball tactic, it gets a lot of hate on Facebook and Twitter from people like me that are on my side of things, because like everything in life, it can't be normal anymore. It has to be 50-50 and full of hate.
Yeah.
So whether that's Israel, Palestine, being in the EU, Donald Trump,
or
anything, or Walsall FC, anything as even something as small as Walsall FC, it has to be 50%. This is absolutely amazing. 50%. Southern needs to die, and I'm on the second one. Vibe that the hoofball is it's killing. Man.
Yeah, it is awful though. Nobody wants to see that, even if it works, which it doesn't work. Even if it does work, we don't want to see that. It's not interesting.
Yeah,
it's
fun. Working so far this season again,
well,
but like it's not very entertaining, is it?
It's not entertaining,
and that is, I think it's fair enough to want that, really. Don't you think? People act like you're mad for wanting that.
Yeah.
It's like,
play it on
I
the
don't
ground,
know.
and they're actually.
I don't know if
better,
I'd want to see us play, even if we like. It's a lot to say this, obviously, but even if we had like triple promotion and went to the Premier League, but still, though, I mean, do I want to watch even like Arsenal and Liverpool? Do I just want to watch us just dig in the box the whole time?
Yeah. Even if we are winning, like,
it's
is
just
it that
a bit
interesting?
boring, isn't it? Like, I kind of want to watch something interesting because, like, it makes the other team boring as well. Because it's good that we're so set up so well, but that means they can't really do anything other than get it wide and whip it in. Yeah, and then we head it away, and it's just kind of that. And then
it's that
we hoof it up, and we hope the big lads hold on to it.
Yeah,
and I'd just like to see a bit more adventure, just a bit. Like, I feel like every other team who comes to our place, literally every single one, no matter how low down they are, they play the ball out from the back, from the goalkeeper to the centre back.
We say this all the
We
time.
are the only team in the league that doesn't do that.
I swear.
And you know, Roberts being so young, coming through at Watford, he's definitely got the ability to do that. That's the modern goalkeeper.
Actually,
he must be told.
Yeah, he must be told. But with Shrewsbury, I did see him play out from the back quite a lot. But that could just be
that was Hornby.
Like, oh, just do what you want.
So Hornby,
really
he must. Yeah.
Oh, it was Hornby. Of course, it was.
And
sorry,
maybe Shrewsbury are that hilarious at this point because they're so going down to the National League.
The Saddler's like, do you know what, lads? You can actually play out from the back this time. Yeah.
That's why we won 3-1. They probably didn't even give him a team talk. He just said, lads, it's Shrewsbury. I used to play for these.
It's Shrewsbury. Play.
They really are shit.
And we won. But
yeah, just a little bit more. I get that it's a fine balance, but like, you don't have to play every game like you're playing against Real Madrid. And
exactly, we're great. We're great with set pieces, but yeah, it's like you don't want to just rely on that all the time. And like when you put full energy into set pieces, and that like, you know what I mean, it lets down all the other aspects of what you could be doing to score goals, and it's like. And it's the least impressive one and the least enjoyable one for the fans to watch. So
less entertaining.
Switch it up.
You're playing with fire a little bit as well, because
like
there's basically two. We've talked about this so many times, but there's basically two schools of thought, and in football, that like there's the ones who think it's more dangerous to have the ball, which is like Mourinho's vibe. He literally says, having the ball is a danger. You don't want to have the ball. You're not in control if you have the ball.
Right.
If they have the ball, you're in control. You can defend, and he's worried that if I have the ball, we'll lose it and then they'll score. Which is, for me, obviously mental. I don't agree with that. But that's kind of, a lot of people follow that school. And then there's a school of Guardiola. If we have the ball, how can we concede? Which that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
I feel like if we have the ball 100% of the time, we can't concede.
Surely. But Walsall very good at
Sadler's definitely doing the Mourinho one of like, it's all good. The ball's over there. We're all in a line. We can see it. We're safe.
Yep.
Whereas if we're in there half passing the ball around, all it takes is one bad pass and they're on the...
But we shouldn't be playing like that because we are better than a lot of these teams.
I think maybe you just want to try and find the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it that you don't want to just have 11 men like on the edge of their box, just not even caring at all. And if they clear the ball, it's like they're running in on goal.
It's danger, yeah.
But like, you don't need to be all camped and only like Matt or Presley and then just everyone else just like nowhere near him as well. So even if you get to the ball, where's the support? Like, come on, man. You're not playing every game like you're against Man United or whatever and you're desperately trying to get points. It's just this is Barnet, man. We can afford to pass the ball to each other and try
a little bit at least, please.
I don't know.
Well,
but yeah, so I think we might need a proper striker in Jan, and we might need to just ease off a little bit on the intense defending. But overall
good.
I think we should be happy.
Yeah.
So for September, then it's a quiet September, very quiet.
Is it? Oh.
After a busy August, we only have 5 games in September, and one of them has already happened, which was the away game at Shrewsbury in the EFL Trophy, which we'll cover on the next podcast, and we won 3-1. We're recording this on Friday the 5th. It'll be out today on Friday the 5th. So tomorrow we got Chesterfield at home in League 2. Big game.
Ooh.
Very excited to go.
Yeah, can't wait.
And then next weekend we go away to Fleetwood on the 13th. Week after, back at home against Tranmere, who are looking decent. On the 20th. And then on the 27th we go away to Accrington Stanley. So it's just your standard, normal sort of every weekend you have a game, apart from the Shrewsbury midweek one. There's no sort of surprises in the midweek of trophy game, unless some of them get added. But at the time of recording, there's no dumb stuff like that. We're not in the League Cup. Trophy looks like it's on hold for a bit. So, it should be good for us. We'll have nice prep for every game, nice full week of training. So I'm expecting good things from September.
Yeah, I feel like hopefully we're not going to have to wear ourselves down too much. And that'll give time, hopefully, to Weir to come back ready for probably more packed October.
And for Carnu and Presley to
gel,
get a good bit of training together going.
Because I think obviously Chesterfield is a big challenge. We're coming off 3 back-to-back wins in all competitions.
Yeah.
So we're going into a home game against Chesterfield, which is hard, but we've got that, what's it called?
We've got the momentum.
We've got a good momentum, positive feeling. So,
Absolutely. Vibes.
I think we could definitely get it. And if we do win that game, I think we could just keep going because those are the teams. Obviously, they're still... Everyone's a challenge at this point because you don't know really. But, yeah, they're all beatable.
I don't think there's any reason for us to have any fear because, like you said, we're going in on the back of 3 wins. We've just beat MK Dons and Salford. We beat Chesterfield twice last year to win the semi-finals.
That's true, yeah.
Obviously, they've improved a little bit. Really recently, you know what I mean? It's just a few months ago. Obviously, both teams have changed a lot, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It won't be a massive shock if they win 1-0 or 2-1 or something, but it also won't be a massive shock if we win 1-0
Yeah,
or 2-1.
Exactly. And it's like I was saying to the missus earlier, with Chesterfield, they've got Stirk, haven't they?
Yeah, so there'll be that added extra element of feistiness.
Yeah, obviously he's a great player, but also like he could be feeding them information about us, but we could also get the drop on them because we know how he plays. I don't know, or maybe he's...
what kind of reception do you think he'll get?
Interesting.
Because I'd like to think...
I don't know.
I think in the modern day, fans get a bit too dumb about some of that stuff because for me, there's no conflict there really. I don't think it's a huge problem that he chose to go to. I mean, he's allowed to play for other teams. He doesn't have to play for Walsall.
He's not just...
It's not like he was like bored outside the Walsall Stadium and like played for us. Chesterfield are like our biggest rivals. It's fine. He thinks he'll have a better chance of going up playing for Chesterfield. Fair play to him.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm not saying we need to bum him off and sing for him and that, but like I
will not be clapping him, but I will not be booing him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I expect. So, yeah. I don't hate him that much, but I don't really care about him that much either. He did well for us, but
Yeah. So I think it's medium.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just going to be just average.
Lemon and
reception.
herb, innit, I think.
Yeah.
He's a lemon and herb
Mango
guy.
and lime or whatever it is. The other one.
So, any final thoughts before we pull the plug on this bad boy?
No. I'm looking forward to September. Looking forward to Weir coming back, and let's go. Can't wait for tomorrow, people. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Hey.
Well, thanks for listening to Poundland to Paradise. Please like, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you at the end of September. Peace.
Peace.